sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed.
Today we honor the life and work of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who sought excellence in education and spirituality. He attained a bachelor's degree from Morehouse College, where he was mentored by South Carolinian and college president Reverend Benjamin E. Mays. To Think Bigger earned a Bachelor of Divinity degree from Crozer Theological Seminary, finishing as valedictorian and his Ph.D. from Boston University. This gave him the worldly capacity to intimately engage and relate to people and understand the human condition from various socioeconomic perspectives. This laid the foundation for King's social gospel. Dr. King envisioned the beloved community. Let us close our eyes and pause for a moment to ponder this question. Can you see a country and world community where the measure of fulfillment is associated with the love, compassion, understanding, forgiveness, encouragement, provisions, and opportunities shared by and with others? Dr. King could. Dr. King was convicted by Jesus' teachings, and he embodied the courage of his convictions. This is why we remember him upon his birthday. Each of us can recall a moment when we failed to address a wrong for the safety, comfort, and convenience of our existence. Dr. King acknowledged his obedience, quoting, "Longevity has its place, but I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will." Martin Luther King Jr. He accepted that God had destined his life towards the urgency of now. He said it is always the right time to do the right thing. We remember Martin Luther King Jr. because we can all be inspired towards social, racial, and economic justice for all.
I want to ask you a question, and that is, what is in your life's blueprint? This is the most important and crucial period of your lives, for what you do now and what you decide now at this age may well determine which way your life shall go. And whenever a building is constructed, you usually have an architect who draws a blueprint. And that blueprint serves as the pattern, as the guide, as the model for those who are to build the building. And a building is not well erected without a good, sound, and solid blueprint. Now, each of you is in the process of building the structure of your lives. And the question is whether you have a proper, a solid, and a sound blueprint. And I want to suggest some of the things that should be in your life's blueprint. Number one in your life's blueprint should be a deep belief in your own dignity, your own worth, and your own somebodyness. Don't allow anybody to make you feel that you are nobody. Always feel that you count. Always feel that you have worth. And always feel that your life has ultimate significance.
In line of what my folks say in Montgomery, in line of what they're teaching about love, when I reach out my hand, will you take it or cut it off and leave a nub above?
If I found it in my heart to love you, and if I thought I really could, if I said, brother, I forgive you, I wonder, would it do any good? So long a time you've been calling me all kinds of names, pushing me down.
I've been swimming with my head deep underwater, and you wished I would stay under until I drown. But I didn't, I'm still swimming. Now you're mad because I won't ride in the back end of your bus. When I answer, anyhow, I'm gonna love you. Still and yet, you want to make a fuss.
Now listen, white folks. In line with Reverend King, down in Montgomery, also because the Bible says I must, I'm gonna love you. Yes, I will. Or bust.
Secondly, in your life's blueprint, you must have, as a basic principle, the determination to achieve excellence in your various fields of endeavor. You're going to be deciding as the days and the years unfold what you will do in life, what your life's work will be. And once you discover what it will be, set out to do it and to do it well. And I say to you, my young friends, that doors are opening to each of you. Doors of opportunity are opening to each of you that were not open to your mothers and to your fathers. And the great challenge facing you is to be ready to enter these doors as they open. Ralph Waldo Emerson, the great essayist, said in a lecture back in 1871 that if a man can write a better book or preach a better sermon or make a better mousetrap than his neighbor, even if he builds his house in the woods, the world will make a beaten path to his door.
I dream a world where man, no other man will scorn, where love will bless the earth, and peace its paths adorn.
I dream a world where all will know sweet freedom's way, where greed no longer saps the soul, nor avarice blights our day.
A world I dream, where black or white, what race you be, will share the bounties of earth, and every man is free. Where wretchedness will hang its head and joy like a pearl attends the needs of all mankind, of such I dream my world.
And finally, in your life's blueprint must be a commitment to the eternal principles of beauty, love, and justice. Don't allow anybody to pull you so low as to make you hate them. Don't allow anybody to cause you to lose your self-respect to the point that you do not struggle for justice. However young you are, you have a responsibility to seek to make your nation a better nation in which to live. You have a responsibility to seek to make life better for everybody. And so you must be involved in the struggle for freedom and justice. Now, in this struggle for freedom and justice, there are many constructive things that we all can do and that we all must do. And we must not give ourselves to those things which will not solve our problems. You've heard the word nonviolent and you've heard the word violent. I happen to believe in nonviolence. We struggle with this method with young people and adults alike all over the South, and we have won some significant victories, and we've got to struggle with it all over the North because the problems are as serious in the North as they are in the South. But I believe as we struggle with these problems, we've got to struggle with them with a method that can be militant, but at the same time does not destroy life or property.
Well, son, I'll tell you, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. It's had tacks in it, and splinters, and boards torn up, and places with no carpet on the floor. Bare.
But all the time has been a climbing on, and reaching landings, and turning corners, and sometimes going in the dark where there ain't been no light. So boy, don't you turn back.
Don't you sit down on the steps, 'cause you find it's kinder hard. Don't you fall now.
For I still going, honey. I still climbing, and life for me ain't been no crystal stair.
And with a powerful commitment, I believe that we can transform dark yesterdays of injustice into bright tomorrows of justice and humanity. Let us keep going toward the goal of selfhood, toward the realization of the dream of brotherhood, and toward the realization of the dream of understanding goodwill. Let nobody stop us.
After hearing Martin Luther King Jr.'s powerful words, I find myself wanting to change things in my own life. However, sometimes it feels like our ideas and actions are insignificant. We couldn't possibly impact others because we aren't famous individuals and don't have such a large audience. But the truth is that every single one of us impacts how other people think, feel, and act. Thus, it's crucial to work on ourselves, creating our own blueprint. To spread justice, it is as simple as treating others the way you want to be treated. Therefore, I encourage you, in a world where it is easy to give yourself up to violence and hatred, to take the more challenging part. As MLK said, in this struggle for freedom and justice, there are many constructive things that we all can do and we all must do. And we must not give ourselves to those things which will not solve our problems, but rather keep going toward this goal of selfhood, towards the realization of the dream of brotherhood, and towards the realization of the dream of understanding and goodwill. And most importantly, letting nobody stop us.